Solar
man.
or Armani, guys?
I think it's Armani.
I think it's Solar.
I think it's Solar, actually. Yeah. But that's a pretty good guess. Also, like earlier, I saw him in the booth. I don't know if it's related, but
Oh, okay. That's cheating, Wolf.
Yeah,
I happened to see it while I was looking up on the screen because we had to look up earlier because
No.
I kicked the monitor out. It's all my fault. It's my fault. I forced myself to cheat
Don't
by
worry.
accident.
Don't worry, Wolf. It's okay.
Well,
It was only really two choices. It was either reality or it was going to be Solar, I feel.
yeah, I think so too. I just wanted them to reveal it. Who's it going to be? The last man standing. An entire team against him, starting with SOS, who has 3 kills already, including the best Zerg versus Protoss player in the world. It's Solar. If Aurora couldn't do it, man, he's going to have to try.
Yeah. And I personally would have picked reality, but, you know, maybe Solar is practicing a little bit more for this, maybe looking a bit better. Decide to use him as the 4th player. They have to pick the guy they have the most confidence in. It's not about this one matchup against SOS. It's about all 4.
Yeah.
So they feel more confident in Solar, and here he is.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't really have that many choices left, do they?
Yeah.
So they're kind of desperate regardless. Solar, obviously a very good player, to say the least, but to kill JINAIR, I'm not sure if he's up to it.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, man. Well, I mean, it's an incredible task. It's insane what this man is about to have to do, what he's going to have to attempt. But at the very first step is to beat SOS here, who's on a roll, who's already beaten a Zerg player just moments ago. Let's go into it. To be our last map of the night.
Up here in the top right in the green for JINAIR Greenwings, the Protoss player, it's SOS.
And the top left in the pink for Samsung Galaxy Con. Their last hope, the last man standing. It's Solar. Not the type of player who's known to be the finisher. Not the type of player you think of like they gotta wait and save him for last in case they need him. But he's come out this way because Solar, or rather Roro, was defeated already on his map. I think it was probably shocked everybody, especially Roro himself. Died to DTs.
Yep, definitely shocked me.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. I just saw Samsung's stats there. We'll hold that thought.
He's the world's best CSGO, SC2, and StarCraft 2 Dota player on the left, and something shout out to the C server on the right. Couldn't see that.
Yeah. What I was going to say is Samsung's stats on this map are 2 and 9.
Wow.
Somehow, like for a team that is this successful, you know, always somewhat of a medium team here, like mid-level team, always getting like 4th or 5th or even 3rd sometimes. To have 2 and 9 on one map is pretty astounding.
All the things are stacking up against Solar at this point.
Yeah.
Another gateway build. Are we going to see DTs or are we going to see DTs on this map?
I truly hope we're going to see DTs just so I can say that SOS is stuck to his theme today, you know?
Yeah.
He's practically toying with Samsung
Consistency, right? Oh, look at this. A hidden drone. See a fast expand to the gold base.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
But it will be scouted.
Will he check all the way?
Yes.
SOS has been just all over this team so far. This is incredible. To go all the way up and scout all the way to the end. Oh, are on screen.
I think he was drawing a hard with that probe too. Well, he was trying to at one point.
Well, he's suddenly become Huck, but...
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, this is terrible now for Solar, because now he has to take the hatchet home. At least he was prepared, already had a drone sent down.
Yeah.
And he did go pool first, so it's not like he's lost a massive amount of economy, but he didn't get to do what he wanted to do.
Yeah, and I mean, that obviously that drone was there for a long time, so obviously missing a lot of mining time. So it definitely adds up in the end. And yeah, really, really well played, well scouted by SOS. Obviously very experienced in this matchup.
He hasn't taken a second gas. Do you think he's going to take the gold base himself? Fast expand there?
Could either say that, or he could just simply take it natural. We'll have to wait and see how risky he wants to play it. He definitely has like a lot of room to do whatever he wants, considering he's won 3 games in a row now.
Mm-hmm.
How sick would it have been if he didn't cancel the pile and the drone goes over here and he's like, oh, come on.
That would be beautiful.
Just like gets out of the booth and runs over to SOS's booth and smacks him in the back of the head.
What do you think? It's pretty easy, right? About those cannons.
Yeah. Of course, that's SOS in the form of Bob Ross. And he takes the gold.
Nice.
Yeah, I was feeling it.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
Now all he needs to do is get a Dark Shrine.
Yeah, that's the next step of the build.
Yep.
Could be the plan here. Second gas, it's going towards DTs.
You know, he could just play a very comfortable macro game from this point.
He probably will.
He could. I mean,
That's what I thought he was going to do last time, though, and he
it'd
didn't.
be
so.
smart, but at the same time, you know, I'm sure he's like kind of wants to do DT so he can like have bragging rights that yeah, I all killed Samsung going DT every single game.
You know, I mean, that's definitely going to be something on his mind. And people always underestimate like these little things, but I feel like he's definitely thinking about it.
It's a bit greedy though, like, but I can't blame him. But it's going to be a Stargate.
Stargate.
Okay.
Now,
Stargate
at
to
this
start.
Yeah, and at this point, Solar's got to be expecting DTs, right? So,
Well, he should definitely put down some blind spores if he doesn't find out exactly what it is. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's a mistake that a lot of Zerg players have been making today.
yeah, as it turns out, drone slide over here. Queen's, is she gonna make it? She's going.
Her old legs, man. So hard to walk.
He's that creep power.
And considering it hasn't been scattered whatsoever, we could very well see Oracle from this. And it could do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
it really
it's really
seems to
good for
be,
this map.
There's no Overlord scatting in any position so far.
And you're right, Moonblade is Oracle.
Yeah. See, if it's completely unscattered like this, the damage just is ridiculous. But
Okay, he sees it.
Overlord sees it. Is he going to stick to it? He might as well, seeing he's so committed
Yeah,
already.
he already chrono boosted it. 3 spores started immediately. You can still get damage done, and it's very useful defensively as well
Yeah.
to take that third base that is natural.
Definitely good against kind of Ling pressure of any sort.
Yeah.
He's got 2 Zealots, so he makes 8 Lings just to make sure that the Zealots and the Oracle don't go together. And look at this, a Void Ray follow-up. Definitely think we're going to be seeing that third base go down fairly soon with that.
Yeah. Throws down a Forge and a Twilight Council as well, so definitely looking to do that. Does not want to fly into the Spore Crawler. Flies over it, gets 2 kills, is going to get out.
Yeah, if the Queen were there, that would have been a lot more damage to that. He was pretty lucky in that case that happened like that.
And we do see a couple of extra gateways down in that forward, so it kind of leads me to believe that we aren't going to see any sort of aggression too early, and he probably will go for that third base and do a kind of a later push. This map's such a great map to do timings on, considering how short the rush distance is, considering how short those gold bases are apart.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's really, really easy to do attacks, hit timings. You know, you see your opponent is he's lacking something, right? Like he's missing something. You know, he's thrown too heavily or made too many units, and you stay back. It's really easy to abuse that short distance because you can punish so quickly.
Ooh, we see charge lots being upgraded. Okay.
Yeah, maybe charge Zealot Archon attack.
Definitely see that. Considering maybe he's aware of kind of like Solar's style, he sees the 2 Evos and he's like, okay, this guy loves to do like the 1-1 Link sort of style going into the later game.
Yeah, no Roach Warren whatsoever added.
Very, I think it was added just now.
Just
like
now,
very,
yeah.
very late.
Before he started charge,
Yeah,
or
okay.
he started charge first.
Or
Oh, this is so cool.
oh, it's so dirty.
He's actually just going to snipe an Overlord.
We could also see kind of like the Void Ray, Void Ray Zealot Archon, kind of like really forcing him to go Hydras, but at the same time, like if you got like Charge Lot and Archon there, there's nothing to really tank for them.
This Watchtower is SOS property, man. It's like no amount of Zerlings is ever going to take that away from him.
No
He
way.
could take it away from himself, I suppose. But
Yeah.
you think he's actually just not going to take a third? I mean,
I think.
Well, he's delaying it for a while here. It's almost
just
10 minutes already. He's putting down a pylon, though. Could be setting up to get that third base.
he knows he's got so many Lings on the map. It's hard to take a third base even if he wanted to. Second Void Ray is hidden so far. Well, the 2 Warriors make a great team. They can take out a Spore Crawler pretty quick. Spire goes down, and the third Nexus is dropped as well. Infestation Pit going to be necessary for Infestors later on to help deal with the Void Rays.
Oh, he hold position. He doesn't want to shoot charge. I like that a lot, actually.
Could also disable it if he wanted to.
Yeah, I think he must have to stop the Zealots kind of. But he stayed in a nice little box, so the Zerglings couldn't really get any sort of surface area.
Nice, he snipes the Extractor here.
Could actually go for that Queen as well. It's all alone, not next to that Spore Crawler. Does go for it, but Nataling's coming to the front of this third base,
Charge
and
is
there's
shown.
just way too many Zealots here.
Yeah.
Ooh, and we got Roaches behind it.
Yeah.
Definitely the right choice here, considering it's only Zealots here.
Guardian Shield helping all of those Zealots out so significantly. He actually loses a Queen here, but he's got enough to ward this back. Almost loses a Void Ray. And here we go. The Zealots are actually surrounding those Roaches now. And here come the Void Rays from the side. Ooh. Queen snipes one of them. A nice shot there.
Yeah, this is such a weird game so far. You got Chargelot versus Mass Zergling with 2 Void Rays. We're going to have to wait and see exactly what he's going to go into. I wouldn't be surprised if it is Archons there. Yeah,
the Temple Archive is queued right now, and he's actually going to snipe this drone. I think he got one earlier, too. Oh, he's not paying attention, though. That's unfortunate.
Yep, that's unfortunate. He starts Storm, actually.
Oh, okay. I like this a lot. So he's going to go for kind of like a more delayed push, considering he's seen the composition so far.
Yeah, he's also seen the Spire, so I guess for him he's like, well, what if you try to switch into Mutas or something? The Storm will be helpful against that, too.
Yeah.
9 Mutas on the way right now. And let's see how he wants to play this from here. Void Ray actually going to come over here and chase that Roach. He was on targeting there, but got a bit ahead of himself. Void Rays aren't really the key units in this push, but they're still quite nice to have. Obviously, he's continuing to make them, so he needs to be very careful with those. He sees the Chrono on the Twilight Council, so that lets him know Storm is being researched, so he's going to expect that. See if he makes a few less Mutas as a result.
Yeah, actually, Muta Switch is a really great idea, considering there's no real defense at any sort of mineral line of SOSs at this point.
Yep, no cannons here, and the Mutas are at the goal, doing a lot of damage already. There's enough of them they can tank that cannon.
Yeah, if there were a cannon in the mineral line, it'd be a different story, but he gets away with a lot of damage. I think he only lost 1 Muta there, if any at all. And, I mean, there's an Archon in this mix. If he could fight it straight up, it would be great for him. But, oh no, Ling's streaming through. Storm goes down. They turn right around. But now that the Storm is gone, he's going to send more units at home. A big Zealot run by going to the gold base meanwhile. But it's looking pretty good here for Solar right now. Let's see, another Storm goes down and totally whiffs it. This one hits the Roaches.
Yeah, it's got the Roaches, but still there's a lot of these units going into the main base, and there's no defense in here at all.
And the Mulists look like they're going to go home on the way back, though. They might kill some probes.
Yep, they're getting a lot of these probes. Look at that count go up. Already 15 probes killed, but still some Zealots here at the natural.
They do a lot of damage, but no real damage to that goal, which I thought was going to potentially even go down, considering how many Zealots there were. But, oh, so many drones going down to the natural and the 4th base, which is a big deal.
Yep. And he's actually targeting on Spore Crawlers. I guess that's for harassment later. Okay, let's look at the counts here. 17 Mutas to now 3 Phoenixes. He's added 2 Stargates. He's making it a 4th Phoenix right now. So the Mulists are going to lose their utility pretty quick here, but the damage certainly has been done. There was a very late 4th base. Let's keep this in mind for Solar as well. So it's not like SOS's economy is so bad it's not recoverable. And he also killed a ton of Harvesters early. He's only at 59 right now. And yeah, it's just too much Phoenix Firepower plus the cannon here. The probes are pulled. No reason to fight under that.
Yeah, that gold base is pretty damn empty though. So he's going to be a bit worried. He's going to fall behind in supply quite considerably. And it looks like because Corruptors are being made, Solar is just going to stay on the Muta Ball. He wants to stay for as long as he can, but I mean, we already have Archon and Storm on the map, as well as these Phoenix coming in. It's going to be very hard for Muta Corruptor to do much damage.
Now in hold position, and he gets the surround. He does warp in 3 Zealots there in a nice arc, so I think he will be able to hold it off for now. Mutas come back to the gold base.
So many Phoenixes, though. He can't actually engage this. The Oracle's somehow still alive over here. I think we'll actually be targeted. Looks like he canceled Swarm Host there. Cost him a little bit of Larva. Only making 5 Swarm Hosts. What do you think about this one, Moonblade? Oh, God, the Corruptors get caught here.
I think it's a perfect decision considering the army composition. Only Zealots, some Storm, and some Void Rays. This is obviously going to be terrible against Locusts, but if he can find damage before they actually come out and become relevant, this could be really good for SOS.
Yeah, he's actually getting a lot of damage, not that gold base. Again, there's not that many minerals mining there, but anything he can get done is good for him. This is a lot of Mutas, and they're actually just going to fight on top of these Phoenixes, so the probes need to be pulled away, losing him a lot of mining time here. And there's only a few Corruptors with this, so it's actually pretty tough to engage even with them in there. So he's going to micro very well.
Yeah, the Zerglings, though, they have to be cleaned up here. It's going to be so annoying to do that. They're trying to focus the Nexus. They're not going to get it. We do see SOS doing some nice counter harass there at the gold. Need to clean up a lot of that. These Corruptors get caught as well.
Yeah, there's just not enough of them. He doesn't target with his Phoenixes, though, so could have gotten 2. Does get 1. And boom, actually he's going to get all of them, it looks like here. Transfuse saves the last one.
Yeah, but he's just got like enough Phoenixes now to fight against so many of those Mutas so cost effectively.
He's actually catching Swarm Hosts here that are spawning with the Zealots too. This is starting to look like a game that Solar had almost in his hands, but he's fallen apart a little bit on.
Yeah, these counterattacks have been doing so much damage, and losing that extra gas on the gold is huge for this kind of style. You need a lot of gas for Swarm Hosts, and to go into sort of the anti-air that he's going to need for these Phoenix, because if Phoenix are picking up Swarm Hosts, it's going to be even more damage.
It looks like he lost his Spire, actually.
Yeah, saw that as well. Unless she's going to go for double upgrades, but I highly doubt it.
So
Must have lost it to some Zealot Harassment.
Yeah, that's why I think he had such a small Corruptor count for so long. That was a big problem. We didn't really have that shown for a while. We had the unit count for a while, but +2 now, of course, has been done for a while for JINAIR's SOS, but he doesn't start +3. Or does he? The production tab is like always hidden from me. Okay, yeah, he doesn't start it yet.
Yeah.
Saving his gas a little bit longer. The Robo Switch is on here as he sees those Swarm Hosts. He needs to be careful not to overcommit to that, though.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he's got Void Rays there as well, so he's trying to bolster that air army a bit because he has done really, really well against Solar's air army so far. And I think maybe he wants to take control of the air while making these Colossi.
Yeah. Zerlian's running around over here, trying to find anything they can in the stray probe. 4th base goes down. And keep in mind, the 4th base for Solar that he's making, or 5th base, I guess is more correct, is pretty far away, pretty easily harassed if he gets scouted.
And this is a great time to be sending the Swarm Host forward. If he can cancel this 4th base, it's going to be a lot of damage.
Where are the Phoenixes of SOS going? They're chasing after those Zerglings, and the Mutas are right there. I think they're trying to stay near that 4th base, I guess, trying to just defend.
I think he's just worried that like the Mutas might actually attack that location instead, so they were over there. He doesn't have enough Phoenixes anymore to actually deal with those Corruptors, really, without Void Ray support, so his Void Ray's out of position. It's really, really painful. Losing this gold base would be annoying because of the infrastructure that's there, but it doesn't have that many minerals left, so he's not as concerned about this base as he is as the 4th to the right side.
Yeah, exactly.
Position-wise, though, he doesn't want to give up this location because if the Swarmos get toward his natural, that's when big problems arise.
He's picking up Lucas now. This is
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
No, I've never seen that. If he sends his Void Rays over, he could potentially fight that air army, but that really exposes his 4th base, which he really needs at this point.
Zealot's targeting that base. There are a few roaches protecting it, though. It's not going to go down.
They're just kind of like moving in, and they're probably going to run out of life before they do anything.
Kill they can with their last breath there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this 4th base, super, super important for SOS right now. He needs to hold that. I mean, look at the supply of Solar right now. He's up to 200 max, and SOS is just struggling to get these units out. He's making very, very gas-heavy units, very big units that take a long time to build, where Solar is pretty maxed.
Solar's pretty maxed, man. Don't forget Storm is still on the field.
Oh my God.
Nice catch on that Colossus. SOS is just really struggling to get any sort of foothold in this game. I like this choice a lot. To circumvent the army, go and kill some drones over here. Don't use Zealots for that. Just pick them up with your Phoenixes. But he's lost all position here, and his 4th base is not going to be able to stick around much longer. I think he might actually just be a dead man right now. He's really struggling here.
His army composition is too weak, and it's too small considering what's on the map. There are so many Corruptors that they could even potentially fight these Void Rays at this point. If there was no Storm, I'm sure they would just bully them and kill them. But, I mean, he can wait for these Locusts to just do all the damage he needs. He's going to kill this 4th base, and there's nothing that's going to be done about it.
They're doing so much damage right now. It is so, so close. It goes down to 176 health. Those Swarmos do have to be careful. Do not want to get picked up.
Yeah, he's actually going to go and grab one here. It does not actually go down. He's actually just going to engage this. Well, there's no Locusts on the field. Great fungal growth there. That was really painful there for those Phoenixes. He's actually got a decent army still. Don't forget, I mean, this is a Protoss Deathball we're talking about here. Fighting underneath Storm and the overcharge on those Void Rays, but it's just too many Transfuses, too many Corruptors here, I think. I think he's actually going to weather the Storm here and be totally fine.
Yeah,
way too many Corruptors.
His number of Corruptors is just way too many. There's the GG. Solar has done it. He's taken the first game.
Uh-oh.
That Muta Switch did all the work. SOS was completely unprepared for it. Until that point, he was looking great, but yeah, he just was not expecting that whatsoever.
Now everyone's wondering why they didn't put him on Frost in Game 2.
Yeah, seriously.
Could be living in a different world right now. A really weird game by SOS, too. It looks like he just wasn't very comfortable actually fast expanding to the gold and transitioning out of that. His Charge Zealot mid-game was pretty weak. He didn't really get anything done with that. And
Yeah, I thought he was going to go for a timing, but he kind of just let it happen. Like, he's like, okay, I got Charge Up now, and these Zerglings are still on the map. They're still kind of bullying me a bit, and it gave Solar all the time in the world to just transition into whatever he wanted, and he chose Muta.
Yeah, Mutas is what he chose, and it worked out pretty well for him. That was a weird game, to say the least.
Yeah, definitely pretty weird there, and at least he got that first win. I mean, you do have to hand it to SOS. He got 3 wins in a row for JINAIR, putting them in a really, really good spot. So can't be mad losing there. I mean, I'm sure he did want to. He should have gotten DTs. That was the problem, I think.
Yeah.
That's actually the biggest problem.
That was really the big issue, is he just didn't go DTs from the beginning.